Yo, what's good? What's up? I am back. The one and only Guac Trooper. What's going on, everybody? Hi to all the visitors, you feel me? What's up to all the Trooper Gang members, you feel me? If you don't know who I am, let me tell you right now. My name is Guac Trooper. I am Guac Trooper, you feel me? I'm the leader of Trooper Gang, you feel me? And then yeah, straight like that. Trooper Gang is my gang, you feel me? I stand on that. Yo, straight like that. And you know what I'm saying? And thank you for clicking on the video. You feel me? Thank you for coming back here. You feel me? And without being said, we're gonna get straight to the reaction today. You feel what I'm saying? Before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? Cause it's only right. You feel me? Just like that. You feel me? Join the Trooper Gang. Cause you already know the vibe. It's Trooper Gang or no gang. Straight like that. You feel me? Yeah. It's easy to join the Trooper Gang. It's very easy. All you gotta do is just, like, comment, subscribe. It's just that easy, just like, comment, subscribe, and join the Trooper Gang. Just like that, you feel me? And if you want to be closer to your boy, you feel me? I will have my Twitch, my Instagram linked down below, and my Twitter. You feel me? Go check me out. I do not go live on Twitch, but if I have a certain amount of following, and if you guys keep DMing me on Instagram, wanting me to go live on Twitch, I will. If you want me to, I will. To be honest with you, I will. No cap. No cap. Trooper Gang, tap in. You feel me? Let's get straight to the reaction video. Alright, let's get straight to it. You feel me? Today we'll be reacting to six drunk cops who got caught on duty. First off, if you're a cop, why are you drinking? You feel me? Why are you even drinking? You're supposed to be protecting. You're supposed to be setting an example, man. You're supposed to be protecting us, the citizens. You feel me? Let's get straight to it.
To swearing uncontrollably.
You're gonna ask for this.
And even driving recklessly.
There is a open container of alcohol in your vehicle.
Watch these officers go from boys in blue to boys in booze. Disclaimer. Number 1, Justin Augustine. Lieutenant Rick Byron could not believe his ears.
What'd you say? What do you mean you're f***ed up?
Officer Justin Augustine had just told him that he totaled his cruiser because he was trying to pee while driving. Not something anyone in their right mind would do together.
What?
But he could see from Augustine's bloodshot eyes and slurred speech that he was just the right amount of drunk to do those two things together. Back at the station, Byron found Augustine exchanging words with officers.
He needs to... Yeah, Augie, come here. Let's go out here in the garage.
He was not cuffed, and he was armed. Once he'd been disarmed, Byron told him he would be going to the hospital to take a test, but Augustine refused.
We're going to go down and do a drug and alcohol test down at the hospital. You don't need all your gear, so... All right, what else do you got on you? You got a pocket knife, huh?
I'm done.
What's going on, though? Tell me what's going on, bud.
I'm done.
You're going to go with me to take the test, Augie? You're refusing it? You don't want to do that.
I'm done.
As the officer tried to find out what was wrong, Augustine became more and more argumentative, even swearing at him.
Don't play this game with me, bud. I'm trying to help you out here. Well, I can't do stuff. I'm just doing what I got to do, Augie. It's my job. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. All right? Let's go. Come on, Augie. Don't do this, man. It ain't worth it.
Then he headed out of the station ready to go home. But when Byron asked him if he was okay to drive, Augustine's attitude did a total 180 and he broke into tears.
Are you okay to drive, brother?
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm worried about you. All right, well, get going then. Do what you got to do, all right? You need to get it. You need to relax. No, huh? What'd you say? Who is? You just wrecked a cruiser. It's not the end of the world. I know it's not the end of the world. We can do this, Augie. If you just go down and take the test like we're asking you, if you do that, then we can at least get that cleared to where you can come back to work.
Byron tried to convince Augustine to take the test, but Augustine walked off, only to break down again.
Seriously, Augie, I'm trying to help you, bud. Huh? What'd you say? I don't want to... What'd you say? What do you mean you're f***ed up? Alcohol? Pills? What are you talking about?
What are you on?
All right, Augie.
Then he did a 180 again and swore at Byron.
Help me understand, Justin.
What the fuck?
You talking about just in the head? Huh? We don't need to do this, Augie.
What?
Come on. We don't. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing me like that?
Augustine later admitted that he drank earlier that day.
How much did you drink today, Augie? He's going to want to do a test, right?
When Byron told him he wouldn't be driving home, Augustine flew into a rage.
Well, I can't let you drive the car home unless we test.
do?
What am I going to do?
Yeah,
Is
what
that
the
the way
fuck
you're
you
going to do
do?
this? You're about to get yourself arrested, bud.
What?
What do you mean, what am I going to do? I can't let you drive. So you try to get in that car, I got to stop you. And then you're going to start fighting with me. What is that going to do? Huh?
Byron finally convinced Augustine to return to the station while they decided what to do with him. Augustine was so wasted that he literally fell off his seat several times. Eventually, an officer had to hold on to him to keep him seated. He resigned from the force, and after the investigation, he was found guilty of handling a weapon under the influence and operating a vehicle while under the influence. He was sentenced to 1 year of probation, 177 days of suspended jail time, a $300 fine, and court costs. Getting your car totaled and losing your job in 1 day is insane.
That's
but
crazy.
this wasn't the only time an officer has driven around drunk.
I'll make sure you don't fall.
But before we get to that, number 2, Nate Meyer. A shocking scene occurred in East Mississippi, Colorado on 29 March 2019. There were fire service trucks and several Aurora police officers on standby, and it all revolved around one patrol car. 2 people reported seeing a car parked in the middle of the road with the engine still running. In the driver's seat
In the
sat
middle of the
Officer Nathan
road?
Meyer. His foot remained on the brake, and
That's
he
crazy.
was dead to the world around him. A health emergency or a gunshot wound? Officers on the scene racked their heads, wondering what could be wrong. But when they tried to disarm him, they were instantly hit with the unmistakable odor of alcohol.
He's good. I got his belt. Where's his duty arm?
We got it. Okay.
Meyer wasn't injured or hurt, he was just drunk. He remained unconscious as they got him out of the car. He was then transported to a hospital and later sent home. But if you thought that this disgraceful event would end with Meyer getting any charges, you'd be in for a surprise. The department's chief, Nick Metz, labeled the incident as a medical event and brushed it off as cops being exposed to stress.
No charges for an Aurora police officer found passed out, drunk, and armed behind the wheel of his cruiser in Aurora.
Body cam footage from the incident shows that several officers switched off their cameras when comments about Meyer being intoxicated were made.
He's a little intoxicated.
So there was no evidence to press DUI charges against Meyer, which irritated the DA.
I'm frustrated because, bottom line is, if one of us had been in that car and not Officer Nate Meyer, you ask me, do I think it would have been treated differently? I do.
However, during an internal affairs investigation, Meyer submitted his hospital report and his blood alcohol level was stated as 5 times more than the legal limit. He later admitted he'd gone home and drank vodka in the middle of his shift, but he had no memory of the
He took a break
incident
to go
until
take
he
a
woke
sip.
up in the hospital. The only punishment he faced was getting demoted, but he still works at the police department. Covering up a drunk officer happens a lot more than you'd imagine, but it's a lot harder to do when the drunken moment is caught in 4K. Number 3, Oscar Mayorga. On July 4th, 2022, a couple in Lake County, Florida saw a patrol car run a stop sign and swerve across the road. They immediately called the police.
All over the road. Stop.
Wait. They immediately called the police on the police. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I'm not going to. Why you ain't call him? Why you ain't go knock at his window?
Stopping in the middle of the street, off the road, running stop signs. A lot of stuff going on.
It didn't take long before a responding officer spotted a squad car driving erratically. When he pulled the vehicle over, he immediately spotted an officer with the Opopka Police Department, Oscar Mayorga. He'd been with the department for 5 years. As the officer got Mayorga out of the car and disarmed him, Mayorga gave a plausible reason for his behavior.
Any other weapons?
No, but I'm
Take a seat.
you're prone to seizures. Okay, I'll turn my lights off real quick for you. All right. Here, let's just lean against.
Mayorga slurred his words and explained that he was on his way to clock in for his shift. Throughout the exchange, Mayorga could barely hold himself up.
I'll make sure you don't fall. Look at it, I'll make sure you don't fall. All right? Seizures. Here, you want to sit down? You want to sit down? Here, you can sit down in the grass if you want.
One officer was not convinced that Mayorga was having seizures and went to have a look in his car. He soon found a better explanation for Mayorga's strange behavior. The officers confronted Mayorga about their suspicions, but he continued to claim he was on medications.
Did you do anything to celebrate today, man?
No, sir.
No? Listen, man. It's
I took,
it's better to be honest. In our profession,
I took a lot of Benadryl.
listen, in our profession, it's best to be honest, right?
I know. I took these brain drills.
There is a open container of alcohol in your vehicle. Have you been drinking at all today?
No, that's maybe 3 days old.
3 days.
Paramedics were called to check him out, and that was when Mayorga finally admitted what he'd been up to that day.
I had 3 tall boys.
But he refused any sobriety test for the most unbelievable reason.
I'm gonna ask you again, are you willing to perform standard field sobriety exercises, man?
If this is gonna put me in jail now.
Well, that alone doesn't put you in jail, you should know that.
I'm just trying to go to work, sir.
You're just trying to go home?
Work.
You're trying to go to work right now?
Yes, sir.
Your condition, you're definitely not gonna go to work right now.
He made one last plea as the officers took him in.
I am really just begging you. I don't want to go to jail.
Listen, well, hey, we're gonna detain you and we're gonna figure it out, okay?
They conducted a breathalyzer test at the station, and his blood alcohol level was almost 5 times the legal limit. Mayorga's supervisor arrived and couldn't hide his disappointment.
Come on, man. Do better.
He was later charged with driving under the influence and placed on administrative leave with full pay. Driving drunk in a patrol car is terrible, but at least he didn't run around screaming about being a cop to everyone who could hear, like this next officer. Number 4, Sarah Mooney. Around 9 p.m. one night in November 2022, Orlando Police Department officers were called to a collision. 31-year-old Sarah Mooney, an officer with the Opopka Police Department, was the first person they met. From the first words out of her mouth, it was clear the officers would be in for a difficult night.
Okay, anything on you, guns or anything? No, not at all.
Mooney continued to swear as the officers tried to find out what had happened.
If you guys are good to go, if you want to, whatever you want to do. I'm talking to them. If you're law enforcement, you know better than to be talking to us like this. Then you know better than to be talking to us like this.
They decided to approach the person who was not swearing at them and didn't reek of alcohol.
Do you have your license, registration, everything? I do. Okay. I'll be right back. Just get that together for me.
The man quickly took the officer through the events that had played out that night.
What happened?
So I'm pulling off of the off the ramp. Obviously, like the road closed. Slow down to a stop. Look back, and I see headlights. But
you're in this lane. What?
Coming off of the
okay.
off ramp, and it's closed. So I see headlights. Like look over, and I don't even see headlights.
He'd been rear-ended by the woman, who immediately told him she was a cop, but he had managed to get the most shocking part of the confrontation on his phone.
You're good.
Hey, excuse me?
Honestly, like idiots didn't lock the door, but whatever.
No, no one expects someone to do it.
You came at him. You real bump him, like you hit him from the back. Pause. He did not come at you. You came at him, and you was off duty. So at that time, you was not a cop. You was a regular citizen. So you in the wrong.
Right now. I need you to hit my car right now. Don't come at me, ma'am. Nothing.
I would ask you.
Nothing.
I would ask
I'm a cop.
That's a driver's side?
This right here.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Mooney had come around to his door, pulled the door open, and pushed his arm away when he tried to close the door. When the officer returned to Mooney and asked her to get her things from her car, Mooney was outraged.
Why are you doing this?
Doing what? I don't want you to get hit by a car. That's honestly the truthful reason. I always walk people across the street. So am I.
She then gave her version of events, claiming that she was the one who'd been hit.
What happened with the crash?
So I was coming in here and he hit me as I was coming in.
Where's your damage?
But I don't think there's even any damage to it.
Okay.
None of the officers bought her little story, but Mooney continued proclaiming her innocence.
As far as her giving me a ticket, I'm a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
Bringing that up. That's how you know
He literally ran into me as I was coming off, like driving here. He hit me.
I feel you.
The only issue was that other witnesses said she'd been swerving recklessly.
I mean, you know how it works. We have an independent witness that you don't know, he doesn't know, that says differently. It says they saw you.
He's a fucking. That's what.
That's crazy.
Why do you think that?
Get put in handcuffs.
Because he yelled at me the second I got out of my car and went up to him and tried to talk to him.
Realizing that the cards were stacked against her, this officer of the law decided to brainstorm on how she could get back at the man she'd hit for not being nice.
So as far as him not being nice, how do I go about challenging him?
For being nice?
No, like we met each other.
Okay.
Right here. He was not the nicest person.
Okay.
And I feel like he's doing this because.
So you rear bumped the guy, and then the first thing you did was you got out your car, and then you go knock at his window, and then he ended up opening the door, and then you started cussing at him, and then you started telling him that you were a cop, this and that, and then you expect him to be nice. They have it on camera, ma'am. They have it on camera that you was the one that was not being nice, okay? Not him.
Where we're at right now.
Once the officer informed Mooney that the man didn't need to be nice to her, he told her she would be getting a ticket, which seemed to confuse her all over again, and she became combative, demanding to see the witness.
But you need a ticket for what?
For careless driving, because you caused a crash.
How did I cause a crash?
Your vehicle that you were driving hit another vehicle.
Come on, man.
So you're saying that I hit his vehicle?
That's what our independent witness is there. I wasn't there.
Where is
she
the
wasn't
independent
there.
witness?
They already left. We just left it on the. We got a sworn statement from them, and then we have them on body camera saying that what they observed.
You have a sworn statement right now saying that someone else said that I swerved into his white car.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
But Mooney did not know the ticket was just the tip of the iceberg. Her bizarre behavior had raised red flags.
So while we've been interacting with you, myself, other officers, the witnesses, they've been able to smell the odor of alcohol on you, just your speech, your bloodshot eyes, your mannerisms, okay? So we have reason to believe that you might be under the influence of drugs and or alcohol. Okay, so at this point in time, I am conducting a criminal DUI investigation and a battery investigation as well.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to read you your rights. I understand you know how this works, okay? I need you, when I ask you these questions, I just need a verbal yes or no to make sure you understand what I'm explaining to you, okay?
Okay.
As the officer asked her questions about what she'd been up to, Mooney was evasive and wouldn't give a definite answer.
Okay, where are you coming from right now?
From not far from here.
Not far from here? Okay. And what's not far from here? Where exactly? Winter Park area?
Yep.
Okay. We're in Winter Park.
Winter Park.
Okay.
Even saying what she'd had to drink was like pulling teeth.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
What do you think?
I'm asking you.
Mooney also denied confronting the man and couldn't explain why she kept announcing she was an officer.
Why did you tell him so many times that you were a cop?
Even a simple question about her drinking level flew off the rails.
Sure.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being completely sober and 10 being completely drunk, what do you think you're at?
I've not drank.
No, obviously you have to.
Can you know and still drive and not be under the legal limit? Can be under.
You can't. Okay, that's not what I asked. That's not what I asked you though.
Mooney refused to take the sobriety test, but it was dawning on her that she wasn't fooling anyone, and she soon found herself placed in cuffs. In the back seat, Mooney began threatening and swearing to get her chief involved.
Do you know how the Orange County Jail works?
Sir, you didn't give me
like this. You're gonna get safe booked, and you know how that goes. Okay?
Sir,
we're trying
I didn't do anything to be safe booked.
You're under arrest. The way you're acting is
for what?
Okay?
For what?
For DUI and battery.
For what?
Okay.
Battery on what?
On the person you hit.
Who?
Okay.
I didn't hit anyone.
What?
I didn't hit anyone.
That's crazy.
Who said it? Because you're gonna catch charge for this.
It seems her chief didn't come through because not only was she charged with first-degree misdemeanor of driving under the influence, battery, and false imprisonment, but she was also suspended from the police force without pay. If found guilty, she'll face up to 5 years in prison. You might think that only young officers use their position to escape trouble, but just like Mooney, this next officer can't stop reminding everyone who he is. Number 5, James French. In the early hours of 12 March 2023, an officer spotted an unmarked city-owned SUV speeding and swerving between lanes. He caught up with the vehicle just after it pulled into a private residence. The officer barely got to the car before the driver slid out and introduced himself.
Drunk? A what?
Captain.
Of what? Don't reach in your pocket. Get back in your car.
Undeterred, the officer ordered him back into the car, where the man continued to repeat that he was a captain.
You've been drinking tonight, sir.
I'm a captain of the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City.
And he was.
What captain? Captain America? Captain America. You get it. You saw what I did there? You know, he a captain. So, you know, I had the thought of Captain America. Never mind.
James French, captain of the Investigations Bureau of the Oklahoma City Police Department. The only thing was that this officer didn't care who he was. He was not impressed by French's continuous motions that he turn off his camera.
How much we had to drink tonight, sir?
Tell him.
I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
Realizing that this officer wasn't going to play ball, French started answering questions about how his night had gone.
How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Uh-huh. Because you were swerving all over when you turn up here, you didn't use your signal.
I'm sorry.
How much you drink at your poker game? Not much? How much is not much?
I don't know.
Beer? Liquor?
Yeah.
How many beers?
4.
French agreed to go through the various field sobriety tests, but barely made it through the first one before stumbling.
You may begin.
He immediately resorted to pleading to the officer to turn off his camera.
Again? No, bro,
I
they're
cannot,
not
sir.
turning it
I
off.
know you're aware of our body cam policy. You cannot turn off this body camera.
French changed his tactic when the officer refused and begged for a one-on-one chat.
But I'd like to talk to you.
I can't do that, sir.
Please.
He does not know
Again,
you,
the
man.
officer turned him down flat. This time, French reminded the officer of his position in the force.
I'm asking you. I'm a captain on the police department.
I understand that, sir.
It didn't work. Instead, the officer snapped at him.
I
am a sergeant on this police officer, and I've taken an oath to uphold the law. I don't show favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a gangbanger or the president of the United States.
Sir, I'm not asking you for that.
After a few more failed tests, 55-year-old French was arrested and taken into custody.
Turn the camera off now.
He was booked into the Oklahoma County Detention Center and placed on administrative leave with pay while the department investigated.
I didn't know that the cops were able to turn off their camera. I don't know why I didn't thought that, but that's kind of crazy though. So if they doing something that they know they might get caught from doing it, because they always got a camera on them, so they could just turn it off. I didn't know that. I know that it kind of makes more sense now, because they go home, they put the clothes on from their house, so it makes sense now. For some reason, I thought that they all go in one spot and then put the clothes on and put the camera on right when they clock in like a regular employee. I don't even know, right? To be honest, I didn't know that they were able to turn off their camera. That's crazy.
The DWI incident. But this wasn't as bad as when an officer ran a red light and almost caused a crazy accident because he had a little too much. Number 6, Michael Roadside. Troopers responded to a fender bender in Monmouth, New Jersey.
This woman is at the Monmouth Rest area saying that one of your troopers just was involved in a motor vehicle accident with her. Ma'am, is he injured?
No, but I think he's been drinking. His shirt's all hanging out.
Is he in uniform?
His uniform was turned inside out. His belly's hanging out.
At first, it looked like an officer had already beat them to the crash. Then they realized that the patrol car had rear-ended the other car. The responding officer immediately approached the patrol car, and the officer gave a rambling statement about what had happened.
I had a prostate surgery. Okay. I will pay for her, whatever. Yeah. Like, I can't, I gotta get home. Okay. All right, fair enough.
This is Michael Roadside, a 28-year-old veteran with the force. He was supposed to be working on a construction detail, but he had a different day planned for himself. Roadside also claimed that the crash had happened because the driver had stopped her car abruptly, but the 50-year-old trooper reeked of alcohol, and he had a cardboard case of Coors Light, and 2 open containers were later found in his cruiser. But when the officer approached the car's driver that had been hit, she had a different story to tell.
How you doing? You okay?
I got out of the car.
Kimberly Wilson had been sitting at a stop sign when the patrol car ran into her. She also had some juicy bits that Roadside had left out.
Also, when I pulled, he was in the gas station. I was getting gas.
Oh, back there?
Yeah, he was in front of me. He was in front of me.
Okay.
And he stopped right in the middle, and so I had to back up and go around them. And then I came up here, and when I stopped for the light, I didn't pay attention. He said, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll write you a check for $1,000. I said, are you a cop? He said...
Learning that Roadside had offered her a bribe not to report the incident put a whole new spin on the accident. After being placed in the back of a cruiser, Roadside kept telling the trooper that he wanted to go home, but the only place this drunk was going was to the police station. Roadside was later found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.16, which is twice the legal limit. He was charged with driving while intoxicated, careless driving, and having an open alcohol container in a vehicle. He was also suspended from duty without without pay. At his court appearance, Roadside confessed to drinking 9 beers. He pleaded guilty to drunk driving, and the other charges were dismissed. He got no jail time. Instead, Roadside was ordered to pay a $386 fine and fulfill 12 hours at a resource center for intoxicated drivers. His license was also suspended for 7 months.
Well, that's it for the reaction. That was kind of crazy, you know. That's crazy. That's something that I'm still in shock. You feel me? You have cops out here. I know, you know, we all, you know, they regular human beings just like us. You feel me? But it's kind of crazy to think about it though. Imagine, you know, driving on a regular day. You feel me? And then you get stopped by a random cop for like practically no reason. You ain't do nothing. You feel me? At least you know that you ain't do nothing. And then when they pull up at your window, you feel me, and then you roll down your window and then you start talking to them, and then you realize that they're drunk. You feel me? Now right now you have 2 options. You not even option. You might start panicking. You might start like, you know, wondering like, what is he going to do? Like, he's drunk. You feel me? Like he has a weapon. He's armed. You feel me? Like what he gonna do? He gonna do something dangerous. Like, you know, when you drunk, you know, you can't really, you know, like you don't really know what's going on around you like that. You know, and then you don't know at the same time, if that makes sense. That's very serious. You feel me? That's kind of crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. That's crazy. But, you know, y'all be safe out there, man. Don't drink and drive, you feel me? Drive and don't drink. Wait, don't drink. Don't drink at all, because it's not good for your body, man. Don't drink no alcohol, man. It's killing your body. Don't you want to live up, you know, don't you want to live past 70 years old? Come on, bro. With that being said, thank you for watching, man. It is me, your boy, and only Guac Trooper, you feel me? Trooper gang or no gang, you feel me? You the vibe already. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and friendly reminder, you feel me? I have my Twitch, my Instagram link down below, and then make sure you have that post notification bell on so you can stay tuned with the other videos that will be dropping later on. I'm out.
She wants to guac, super. Ooh, she looking for that guac.